Hello, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney and I'm answering publicly posted questions on avo.com, trying to get people the answers they need from an employment attorney, right? Here is our question. Can you be fired from a job if you fail to provide a UA sample due to medical issues? Okay. I'm going to assume by UA sample you might mean a urine analysis sample. The body of the question goes on to state, just as the question states, oh, very nice, thank you. I was given a random Dewey, I think driving under the influence, due to the owner's brother-in-law planting, a random drug test, I'm sorry. I was given a random drug test because the owner's brother-in-law planted a bag in my work vehicle. I assume by bag we're talking about a bag of weed, marijuana. I know it was because I know it was him because I had cleaned the truck prior to leaving and so on. Anyhow, I was unable to provide a UA sample, again, assuming that is urine analysis, after waiting 5 hours. I decided to leave knowing I wouldn't be able to return to work. Okay. So, most general answer is yes. You can be terminated for refusing to comply with a random drug test. In almost every jurisdiction, in almost every situation, but not all, right? Now, I don't know if these are going to apply to you. And first off, let me recommend always talk to a local employment attorney, right? I don't know the laws of your jurisdiction. I don't know the laws of your state. I can't really give you state advice. I'm just saying, generally speaking, this is how it would work in New York, okay? So they selected you for a random drug test that wasn't really random. And if you have union rights, if you are a union member, talk to your representative because it sounds like that test wasn't random and you might not be subject to that test and maybe they can't fire you for it. If that is the case, then you can grieve this termination and potentially get your job back. And you've been paying them union dues all this time, so that all that would be potentially free for you. They would do that for you free of charge. Next potential thing we can do to help. Okay. Now you're saying you have a medical issue, and that's why you couldn't provide the urine sample. Okay. Now, not to be a jerk about it, but I've heard that about 10,000 times. However, you, being the 10,001st, could be legitimate. You could have a legitimate disability that would limit your ability to urinate. So be it. You need to talk to your doctor right away. Get that documented. Get that paperwork into your place of employment and offer something like a hair test, right? They have other tests. There are other ways. Still assuming with the baggie that we're talking about a baggie of weed. Could it be a baggie of something else? Yeah, sure could. Could be a baggie of baking soda and washing detergent for all I know. I don't know. But I'm assuming we're talking about weed here. If that is the case, there's a lot of tests that they can have you undergo that don't require you to urinate, right? Now, I get why you might not want to subject yourselves to those tests. Those tests go back further, and there's a lot. There's a lot that goes in, a hair test, right? They're taking a strand of your hair. That can go back much further than a urine analysis test. But if you are suffering from a legitimate disability that made you unable to urinate, and that was the only reason you didn't want to comply with that test, you may have an argument under the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, which is going to be that you need a reasonable accommodation. You have a disability. You cannot urinate in that situation for whatever reason. And as a result, you need this accommodation. Give the hair test, right? Are there other tests? I believe there are. Am I a professional in testing? Nope. You can call up Quest Diagnostics or any of these companies to do this stuff, and they can tell you what all the tests are. And you can go to the company and say, hey, here's my documentation from my doctor. It says I need a reasonable accommodation. I've got this disability. I can't urinate. And as a result, I need to do this test instead. It's going to be fine by you because it's actually more accurate and it's going to go back even further. So you're getting a better test. That is a good way to approach that. That could be a second means of protecting your job. Now, some states, some cities don't allow random drug testing. In many industries, New York City does not currently allow random drug testing for weed. Check with a local attorney. Make sure that your area is not one of those places. Do I think that necessarily that is the case in Arizona? Probably not. But what do I know? Right? At this point, the whole world's changing every day. So that's the third thing I would do if I was you. Just check around with local attorneys and just say, hey, are they allowed to test me at random? Are they allowed to test me at all? Is marijuana even illegal here? Like, right, these are all considerations. The laws are wacky state to state. The feds are just mad they're not in control of that anymore, and the whole thing's a nightmare and a mess. So that's your third avenue that I would explore if you want this job back. I hope that helps. If it did, consider giving me a like and subscribe. It helps me to help more people like you. And good luck. Good luck. I hope this... Listen, I think you're in a bad spot. I think this is a tough situation, but I'm really hoping it works out for you. Good luck.